my wife, Marion. We're probably one of the older couples in the parish. We've been married much longer than we've been members of St. Thomas, which is probably 45 plus years. We got to St. Thomas quite, how shall I say this, unorthodox system. I was very much involved in Boy Scouts, which is kind of the outreach program for the church at the time. I knew the district executive because we had moved to Berea from Brook Park, and he told me that they had just lost the scoutmaster at St. Thomas. And so would I ever go over and talk to the people over there? So we did. And Roger Motter, who was a member here for years, and I ended up working with the troop. He was the scoutmaster, and I was the assistant, and eventually I took over the senior boys. And we formed an explorer post here. And we had a very active program here for a large number of years until we ran out of boys.
Yes.
Yes. We had a lot of fun with the scouts. I was a lay reader at the time, and we ran a youth service here at the time, which was really interesting because I had girl acolytes at the time, which was, oh my goodness, forbidden. So, but we still survived. We had a lot of fun, a lot of memories. Our kids grew up here.
In the meantime, after we moved to Berea, we were looking for a church, and we visited several in the area, and nothing just ever hit home. And one Palm Sunday, Deb and I were to be left alone. They were going off camping. He said, "Why don't you try St. Thomas, where the scout troop is, and see how you like that one? We haven't visited that one." So Deb and I came, and we fell in love with it. I loved the music and the service, and we've been here ever since.
What are the things you like about it now?
Well, I love the community, the people, the service. Still love the service and the music.
Yeah, the service is really outstanding. Eucharist is held every Sunday, which we found was very good. It wasn't always done that way in some of the other churches that we had been at. We felt that it was an integral part of our lives that we do that. And being in the choir,
Yes.
we met a lot of people, and we had a lot of good friends.
Yes.
Still do.
Still do.
Still do. So we have put in a lot of time and effort in it to get out what you put in.
And it's important to be involved.
Yeah.
To get involved somehow. Do something. Yeah.
Yeah, shortly after we were here, I ended up being the treasurer for the church and subsequently on vestry, and things just went on from there.
There's no recovering after that.
No.
Yep. Covered.
Tell me what it's like to serve your church. I mean, obviously you have a long history of that, and you continue to do it. Why is that important?
Well, it keeps you involved. It keeps you in the swing of things, and you know what's going on. If you just come on Sunday mornings and read what's going on in the bulletin, it doesn't mean anything. But if you're there and you're involved and you're doing things, then that means a lot.
Yeah, you really have to practice your faith. You have to work at it and share it with other people. And by coming every Sunday and participating in what we do, we share our faith. We witness for what's going on in the community and our lives. And people, I think, recognize that. And we're accepted into the community, as it were. Part of this service is very good for us to participate in.
How has it changed you as people to be a part of this church and to serve this church and God?
I don't know that it's changed us a whole lot.
we were always church goers
Yeah, we were.
of some sort. Doug was a Navy brat,
Presbyterian.
and they moved around a lot, so he went to the church that was closest to home.
Mhm.
And
Lutheran, Presbyterian, some Methodist, whatever the chaplain was that showed up at the Navy. And but a lot of the people in fact, the scout troops that I was involved with before were sponsored by the Presbyterian Church. And I had some friends there. We were very active. She was very active in her church. And after we got married, we kind of like went together.
right,
And I felt very strongly that we should be married in her church, which we were. And the kids came along, and we just kept going the way we were. Just seemed the way we were
Just-
brought up, and that's what we
we were
did.
brought up that way, and
That's
there
what
was
we
no
did.
question that we wouldn't find a church eventually.
But it wasn't necessarily finding one; it was finding
The one.
the one, a good one.
How does going to church make your life better?
Oh, the fellowship and community. Really, that's it.
I enjoyed the music.
Oh, yeah.
When I was teaching, Thursday night rehearsal was a real plus, a real lift after all day working, all week working. And I think that's,
Yeah, the music is terrific. I mean, I think we like order. The hymnals laid out in service fashion, you know, where you are and what you're doing.
that's our background.
Yeah, that's our background, yeah. And after you've sung it for a number of years, it becomes very familiar to you, and you don't really need the hymnal anymore, but you still like the music, so it brings back good memories.
If you could tell one story about something that happened here that kind of sums up what church means to you and your experience of God here, what would that be?
I discuss my illness. That's what really, that's where God is. I've gone through 2 major illnesses, well, 3 actually, and probably should let Doug talk. The community was just, the support was unreal.
Well, you know, we've had our ups and downs. The prayers we know for sure help us. You feel better, especially when you know people are thinking about you and praying for you. I, for one, broke my back in an accident, and I wasn't sure I was going to walk. I was on the prayer list for this church for almost a year. I'm walking. Some days not good, but I'm walking. And that kind of support and participation by the parish, plus when she was sick, I mean, we had people at the door
For 3 weeks.
3 weeks
3 weeks with food.
coming in and helping us, whatever we need. And that's just what they said.
Someone took me to the library one day. That's where God is, in the people.
In the people and
In the
in the
community.
sharing,
Yes.
the fellowship and the community. We really think strong that that's why we
There's something about being connected and helping each other and caring about each other that really, it sounds like, has helped you to find out what God is all about.
That's
Yes.
the Christian community,
Yes.
no question about
Yes.
that. We,
And I'm sure that happens in other churches too, but we know for sure about this one. We know for sure.
feel very certain.
Yes.
And you know, the tradition, our backgrounds, the church, it all fits together. And we feel very comfortable in that. Besides just coming.
Has there been a time or an